law is every negative thing 10 miles down the road. But you can do anything you want. You are bound by nothing. What are you passionate about? What do you want?
This guy's so hilarious. I love watching him. He is,
people always ask
making fun of it, but he's having fun with it.
So number, how stretchy. Well, simple.
Sometimes I feel like them. All right. Would you ask a seller to give you a credit for a paint job? Here's the thing. If your house has been on the market for 90 days, yeah, you can ask for pretty much anything you want. You can go to the moon and back and ask. And here's something you can remember. The seller can say yes, the seller can say no, and the seller can say, let's meet somewhere in the middle. It's called negotiation. And you read what these people are seeing behind here or below here. Only if it was clearly in need of repainting due to age. Let me see if I can open this up so you can see it. Personally, I think it's a ridiculous request. As a seller, I wouldn't give that. Look, if your house needs to be painted, paint it or give a credit. It's the same thing with the carpet. And here's the thing. If your carpet is beat to hell and it smells like dogs, and yes, I have my dogs right here, and I know my house smells like dogs. But here's the thing. If your house smells like dogs, get rid of the carpet. Get rid of everything. And here's the thing. If it needs it, give them the credit. If it doesn't, if it's brand new painted and they don't like the color, that's on them. But you know what? You could probably say, you know what? If this is the last thing you ask for, I'll gladly give you a couple $1,000s to close this deal. Sometimes you miss the mark on pricing, and sometimes the house sits on market for a bit. And if it's a $2,000 paint job or a $2,000 credit for whatever they want, give it to them. I know it sounds painful right now, but you're going to be so glad 30 days down the road that everything's done and you're moving. Just think of it that way, right? Yes, sometimes you misprice it. Sometimes the market turns, and there's nothing we could do about that, period. When was the last time the house exterior was fully painted? I don't know if this was inside or outside. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Buyers can ask for whatever they want. They can ask for a new air conditioning. We can do anything they want. If the house is not sold right away and there's a little bit of desperation in the air, yeah, absolutely. Sell it. I just wanted to talk about this going right here. Look at the cool thing about this is that you have Matterport. And while this looks like a big old contraption, this is nice to be able to look through when you're, and I'm not telling you because this is brand new technology. It's not. It's been around for a couple decades now. And it always gets better. It always gets more and more with everything here, right? Here's the thing, though. If I was in Italy, Idaho, India, and I was looking at buying a house, and I saw this, and I wanted to goof around and look at it and see what's inside here and kind of get a feel for how to walk around and see what's going on and see how this feels like the kitchen. Oh, what's this right here? It's a pantry. I get a look and feel. I get a feeling of how the house looks, and it's nice. And not every agent does this. This costs a lot of money to get done, first of all, but also you get the little floor plan. You see how many floors there are. You can hide furniture now. What is this right here? The old Dollhouse, 3D floor plans. Let's take a look at that. Isn't that nice? You can actually see how the whole thing walks through. And I always say thank you to the agents that do it when we look at houses, because this helps you as a buyer. This helps you as a seller to translate to the buyer about how your house looks. Is it perfect? No. None of this is exact. These are all rounding errors, right? 12.5 feet, 12.6 feet. Okay, whatever. You get to get an idea of what it looks like. Don't go specific and exact because nothing in the world is exact. Okay, what is this? 90 days on market. This is Camino Verde Drive. Not my listing. $1.4 million. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet, built in 1970. It's right over here. It belongs to the Camino Verde Association. We were associate members there for a bit. And we got to go to the pool here, which was nice for a bit. And Camino Verde is a busy street, and this one hasn't sold for a while. I go this way home from the gym every day. So on market 91 days. Why on market 91 days? Could be price, could be the busy street. Let's take a look inside. I can tell you this looks really original. Maybe they just painted it. I am going to start asking people, do you think solar is a value or a liability when selling your home? Because I have solar on my house and it's leased, and I think it's something that's a liability. It's a pain in the ass because some people just don't want it. Pretty enough house, but it just looks basic, right? There's not a whole lot of pizzazz to it. I have friends that live in this neighborhood and they have this floor plan. I know it very well. Oh, they filled in this. That's nice. That's a really nice setup there. All right, so there you go. And then distressed house of the week. This is Mackay Drive. Let's see, I picked this one because it looks like that. And I feel like I've been through this house before. But let's see. $1.8 million, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, $1.4 million, or 1,400 square feet, built in 1950. Let's see if we can get a decent look on the outside. Here's the thing. Remember I'm telling you floor plans are really important? It is, because these are pictures. This looks like it's a magazine, a picture of a magazine. Whoa, big deal, right? It's nice. You don't get to see what the look and feel is of the house until you actually don't do fancy pictures like that. That doesn't help anybody. That doesn't do anything for anybody. Oh, look. So maybe they flipped this one, but it's also bank owned. So it's distressed for sure. God, why would you do that? Why would you do that? I know it's the bokeh effect. I get it, but not for house pictures. It looks stupid. Sorry. Oh, we take really good pictures because I learned how to do bokeh effect in my photography class. Now, get a basic floor plan. And if you have Matterport, great. Then let's use that. But stop doing the fancy pictures. Tell you what. Okay, and then everything else. We're in the middle of June. Told you the market would start slowing down, and it has. Look, we've had 70 houses out of last couple of weeks. We've gotten 90 to 100 homes per week in San Jose. We're down to 70. Break that down for you so you see that. We closed 81 last week. That's down considerably. It hasn't been like that since May, since the start of the thing. And look, we have 1,400 homes for sale in Santa Clara County. We need to be at about 2,000 to be balanced market. We're not going to get there. We're not going to get there at all. 738 or 38 homes for sale in San Jose. We're getting close to a balanced market, but I can tell you things are going to start slowing down until rates come down. It's just the way it is. I don't know what else to tell you that. It is what it is. The market's slow because the war, economy, high rates, we don't know, job insecurity. So those are the four main factors. What other factors do you think that are out there? Houses are still selling, but I bet you that they're deals. There's going to be houses that are on the west side, Cupertino, Palo Alto, that still sell for really well because people there are not affected by jobs or job security or the economy. Over there, they can buy a $10 million house and not even think about it. They can buy it $3 million because it makes sense. But for those people on this side of 17 and 87, we're going to be struggling for a bit.